Welcome back to the channel, GH family. A heavy, bronze statue. A spreading pool of blood. The deafening silence of a shattered friendship. The momentum in Port Charles just violently shifted, leaving a good cop bleeding out and a desperate congresswoman crossing a line she can never uncross. What on earth was that? I mean, we all knew Willow Kane was spiraling. We knew the walls were closing in on her. But she bashed Harrison Chase's head in with a desk statue? Are you kidding me? I'm sorry, but I have been watching this show for years. I have been watching since 2015, and this is hands down the most insane, heartbreaking, and terrifying thing they have ever done with this character. I am losing my mind over here. Am I the only one who had to rewind that scene like 5 times just to make sure I wasn't hallucinating? And let's just jump right into my feelings before I even try to logically explain what went down, because logic left the chat the second Willow picked up that makeshift weapon. I hate this, but I also kind of love it. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me backtrack. I am furious because Chase is like the golden retriever of Port Charles. He is pure, he is loyal, he is good. And Willow. Willow was supposed to be the sweet, innocent cult survivor. Remember when she was just a school teacher? Yeah. Well, look at her now. Tracy Quartermain was right all along. Tracy literally compared Willow to her psychotic dead twin sister Nell Benson just a few days ago, and we all thought Tracy was being a little harsh. Harsh. Tracy was a prophet. Willow just went full Nell, and I am absolutely sick to my stomach about it. So, let's break down exactly what happened. Because the tension in this scene was off the charts. Chase shows up at Willow's house. He's not there for a friendly visit. He is not there to check on her. He is there in his official capacity as a detective for the PCP. The Jen Sidwell case is blowing up, and Chase is there to take Willow in for questioning. We all know Willow is in deep, deep trouble. She has been illegally associating with Sidwell, getting those paralytic doses to keep Drew Kane locked in a fake stroke state, which, by the way, is already completely unhinged behavior. But now, Sidwell is in jail awaiting trial, the evidence is piling up, and Chase is standing in her living room telling her it's time to finish. Because Willow is terrified. You can see the absolute panic in her eyes. She knows that if she goes down to that station, it is over for her. Her career as a congresswoman? Gone. Her freedom? Gone. And most importantly, Michael Corinthos is sitting right across town, waiting for the perfect excuse to seize full custody of Wiley and Amelia. She is backed into a corner, and like a cornered animal, she snaps. But before she snaps, she tries to manipulate him. Oh my god, the manipulation was sickening. She starts crying. The classic Weeping Willow routine. She begs Chase, literally pleads with him, to let her go. She brings up their history. She asks him to do her a favor, to just tell the PCPD that he couldn't find her, that she wasn't home. She wants him to compromise his badge, his ethics, his entire career, just to save her own skin. I mean, the audacity. Can we talk about the history she is weaponizing here? This is the same Harrison Chase who faked an affair with Sasha, just so Willow would go marry Michael to protect Wiley. This is the man who loved her so much, he destroyed his own happiness. And how did she repay him? By sleeping with Michael on the gatehouse floor while Chase was paralyzed and dying. And now she has the nerve to ask him to break the law for her? But Chase? Bless his heart. Chase stands his ground. He looks at her, and you can see the heartbreak in his eyes, but he refuses. He tells her no. He is a cop. He has to do his job. He sticks to his ethics, which is exactly why we love him. Remember when they tried this with Dante a few years ago, having him compromise his morals for... Yeah, didn't work then either. But Chase is even more rigid when it comes to the law. He tells Willow she has to come with him. And that is the exact moment the seismic shift happens. You can literally see the switch flip in Willow's brain. The tears stop working. The manipulation fails. The reality of a cold prison cell flashes before her eyes. I know some people are loving this dark Willow era, but personally, I am terrified of what she has become. She realizes that Chase is not going to bend. So she turns around, and her hand brushes against this heavy bronze statue on her desk. I was screaming at my TV. Don't do it, Willow. Don't you dare! But she grabs it. And with this look of absolute, feral desperation, she swings it. She hits Chase right in the back of the head. The sound it made. Ugh, I feel sick just typing it. It was this sickening heavy thud. Chase didn't even see it coming. He just crumbles. He falls to the hardwood floor like a ton of bricks. And this is where the scene goes, from a crime of passion to pure, calculated evil. Chase is on the floor. He isn't moving. Blood is pooling around his head. A normal person, even someone who made a terrible mistake in a moment of panic, would drop the statue and call 911. They would scream for help. They would try to stop the bleeding. What does Willow Kane do? She packs her bags. I cannot believe it. She stands over the bleeding, unconscious body of the man who once loved her more than life itself, the man who has defended her against his own wife, Brooklyn, and she just stares at him. She realizes he isn't breathing. And instead of trying to save him, she starts shakingly throwing her things into a bag. She is going to execute the escape plan that Jack Brennan promised her. She is going to run. Wait, let me catch my breath. Okay, back to the point. Jack Brennan. Brennan promised her an out if things got too hard, and things just went nuclear. But Brennan is a professional spy and a businessman. He offered Willow an escape plan based on her being a white-collar criminal, a political blackmailer. He did not sign up to be an accessory to the brutal murder of a PCPD detective. When Brennan finds out what she did, is he even going to help her? Or is he going to cut his ties and leave her to the wolves? Because dragging the WSB and the PCPD into a murder investigation is incredibly bad for business. I am so stressed out. I mean, think about the ripple effects of Brooklyn Quartermain is going to go absolutely scorched earth. Brooklyn has been trying to frame Willow for Jordan's crash, which we all know was a terrible idea, but now Brooklyn is going to look like a saint compared to Willow. If Chase dies, I will riot. I will literally march down to the ABC. You do not kill off Harrison Chase. And what about Drew? Drew is rapidly regaining his speech and mobility. He already wants revenge on Willow for paralyzing him. He is a ticking time bomb. Between Drew waking up, Sidwell's trial, and now the attempted murder of a police officer, Willow Kane is the biggest villain in Port Charles right now. Move over, Cyrus Renault. Willow is taking the crown. Let's really dig into the psychology of this moment, because it is fascinating and horrifying. Willow has spent her entire life playing the victim. She was a victim of Shiloh. She was a victim of Nell. She was a victim of leukemia. She has always been the martyr. But the second her own actions catch up to her, the second she has to face accountability for drugging her husband and dealing with a global criminal like Sidwell, she resorts to extreme violence. It completely shatters the illusion of her inherent goodness. I've been saying for years that Willow has a dark side. You don't grow up in a cult and come out completely normal. But this is survival instinct dialed up to a sociopathic level. The way her hands were shaking as she packed that bag, it wasn't just fear. It was the frantic energy of someone who has completely detached from reality. She has rationalized in her own twisted mind that her freedom and her kids are worth chasing. I am just picturing the moment someone finds Chase. Will it be Brooklyn? Oh God, please don't let it be Brooklyn finding him like. Or maybe Michael? Michael is always lurking around trying to get dirt on Willow. Imagine Michael walking in and seeing Chase bleeding out on Willow's floor. That would hand Michael sole custody on a silver platter wrapped in a bow. I kinda want Michael to be the one to find him, just for the drama of it all. But honestly, my heart is breaking for Chase. He has been put through the ringer on this show. Poisoned by Peter August, paralyzed, cheated on, suspended from the force, and now bludgeoned by his ex-wife. Give the man a break. So, where do we go from here? Willow is on the run. Chase is bleeding out. The PCPD is going to launch a massive manhunt. Anna Devane is already on a warpath with her Peter August hallucinations, and if one of her detectives is attacked, she is going to unleash hell. Willow is not going to survive this. She has crossed the point of no return. There is no redemption arc for bashing a cop's head in and leaving him to die. I know I'm rambling, but I am just so emotionally invested in this. I've watched these characters grow and change, and seeing it culminate in this horrific act of violence is just... it's a lot. I mean, how does she even think she's going to get out of the city? Does she think Brennan is just going to have a private jet, waiting on the tarmac? Brennan is dealing with his own mess with the missing black box and Valentine. Willow is flying blind, panicking, and leaving a trail of destruction that is going to tear this entire town apart. And let's talk about the sheer irony of it all. Chase was the one person who always saw the best in her. Even when everyone else was turning their backs, even when Brooklyn was screaming from the rooftops that Willow was a manipulative fraud, Chase defended her. He defended her honor, her intentions, her heart. And she took that loyalty, that beautiful, unwavering loyalty, and she literally crushed it. I just keep replaying the sound of that statue hitting him. It was visceral. The writers and directors really went all out to make us feel the weight of that choice. It wasn't an accident. She didn't just push him and he fell. She picked up a weapon. She made a choice. And because of that choice, everything we thought we knew about Willow Kane is dead and buried. I have to wonder if the writers have been planning this Nell-esque descent into madness for years, or if they just decided to pivot because the sweet, angelic Willow was getting boring. If it's the latter, well, mission accomplished, because I am absolutely glued to my screen. But I am also so angry. You can't just take a character we've rooted for and turn her into a cold-blooded monster overnight without making us feel a little betrayed as viewers. But then again, maybe that's the point. Maybe we are supposed to feel as betrayed as Chase did in those final seconds before he blacked out. I am going to be counting down the seconds until the next episode. I need to know if he is breathing. I need to know if Brennan actually helps her. I need to know if Drew wakes up and realizes his wife is now a fugitive. This is peak soap opera drama, and I am here for every single messy, chaotic, heartbreaking second of it. Will Chase survive Willow's brutal attack, or is this the end of the line? Drop your theories below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more daily GH updates.